founder with Heritage Action for America. Today, we're going to walk through some tips on being a political activist on Twitter. If you haven't set up an account already, be sure to check out our other video on how to start your very own Twitter account. In the first Twitter video, we walked through how to set up an account and how to create a profile. Twitter is a powerful tool in the activist tool belt. Often, a well-crafted tweet can be just as powerful as an email or a call into the office. Twitter is a great way to get live information about what's going on in your community, the country, and even the world. A tweet is an individual message that you post to your profile. Each tweet is 140 characters or less. Tweeting is how you post onto your profile, share your ideas, and interact with other Twitter users. Today, we're going to walk through three major sections: the anatomy of a tweet, how to engage with others on Twitter, and our top 10 tips of what makes a successful tweet. Feel free to follow along with this video, and press pause at any time if you need more time to follow the prompts. Section 1, the anatomy of a tweet. Let's get started on how to tweet at your member of Congress. The first step is to log into your Twitter account. Go to www.twitter.com and click on the link that says log on. Once you get to your homepage, you'll see your timeline. This will show you all the messages, tweets, and retweets from other people you follow, starting with the most recent tweets at the top. This is your personal feed, and the only tweets that will show up here are ones of people you follow. So, the more people you follow, the more rapidly this feed will update and new tweets will come in. It's time to dive in and send your own tweet. Click on the box in the top of the screen that says, "What's happening?" You can also click on the blue box that says tweet at the top right of the page. This will be here anytime you're viewing the homepage or any other page in the Twitter universe. You have 140 characters to craft your message. That includes punctuation, links, and any hashtags, which we'll talk about later. Those are all included in the count. If this is your first tweet, it's time to be creative. Here are some examples. This is my first tweet. Excited to join Twitter. Or here's another example. Looking forward to connecting with other conservatives and members of Sentinel Nation. Once you've typed your tweet, click tweet and send your message. You've done it. Your post will now show up on your followers' timeline with the most recent tweets showing up at the top of their feed. Great job. Now that you've sent your first tweet, let's break down the basic anatomy of a tweet. We're going to walk through the hashtag, the tag or the @ symbol, and then talk through how to interact with others' tweets using liking, retweeting, and replying to tweets. The @ sign is a way of tagging someone specifically in your tweet. When you tag someone in a public tweet, they'll get a notification of that tag. This notification is key to catch the eye of the communications director or the chief of staff on Capitol Hill. Both typically have the congressman's Twitter account on their phones and will directly receive those notifications. All you need to do is use the @ sign before the person's handle. Now make sure to use the right handle, which you can usually find through Googling the person's name and the word Twitter. So if you're trying to find your member's handle, you can say Rep. Dave Drowser, Twitter handle, and it'll come up. You can both put the @ sign in the middle of the tweet or at the end of the tweet. Here's some examples. @Rep. Sam Clark. It's time to localize infrastructure spending. Vote no on HR 119. Or here's another example. I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to fund abortions. @Rep. Sam Clark. Vote yes on HR 123. Hashtag pro-life. Next, we're going to talk about the hashtag. The hashtag is a symbol that you may know as the £sign. It's used to mark keywords or topics. When you use the £sign, it'll create a link for the word after that hashtag. That will then connect to people who have used that hashtag in their tweets. You can follow a hashtag and see what other people are saying by clicking on it or by searching for the search bar at the top of your screen. Using hashtags increases the reach of your message and helps you connect with others using the same hashtag. If you want to know what specific hashtag is used for an issue, you can check out the Heritage Action Twitter account, which you can find at @heritage_action. You can also follow your regional coordinator and other Heritage Action staff to see what hashtags they are using. You can then click on those and follow those hashtags or incorporate those hashtags into your own tweets. Just like the @sign, you can use the hashtag in the middle or at the end of the tweet. Here are 2 examples about how you can use a hashtag. Congress just released a new #budget. @Congressman Smith should fight to have a path to balance in 10 years. Or here's another example. @Congressman Smith, we should have a path to balance in the next 10 years. #budget. In addition to hashtags and tagging people through the @sign, there are 3 primary ways that you can interact with a tweet: liking, retweeting, or replying. A like is when you appreciate a tweet and want to show it to the person who tweeted. Think of this as a like on Facebook. If you see a tweet that you want to like, click the heart symbol underneath the tweet. This sends a notification to the person who sent the tweet that you liked their tweet. This is a great way to show appreciation if your member of Congress tweets something conservative or something you agree with. A retweet is another way to show that you like a tweet, but this time it'll be shared with your entire Twitter following as well. For example, if I see a tweet from my congressman and I want to retweet it, I'll hit the button that looks like a recycle sign under the tweet. That tweet will then show up in the timeline of hundreds of people who follow me. To retweet a tweet, all you have to do is click the retweet symbol at the bottom of the tweet. It's the middle button. A final common way to engage with tweets is to reply. You can reply to a tweet by clicking the reply button on the far left at the bottom of the tweet. This will create a mention or that @sign to the person that you're replying to, and you can respond to what they've sent. Think of this as a comment on Facebook or a post at the beginning of the conversation. Moving on to section 2, finding people to follow. When you get a Twitter account, you'll want to start following others so that you can have content coming onto your feed. There are many ways that you can find people to follow, but here are a few ideas to get you started. Following news outlets like the Daily Signal, Politico, or The Hill, in addition to your local newspapers or local websites, is a helpful way to get real-time news and information on Twitter. You'll want to follow the account of your member of Congress, as well as your 2 senators, to keep track of what they're working on. Each committee usually has a Twitter account as well. If you're interested in education issues, it would be good to follow the Twitter handle of the Education Committee, as well as the chairman or other members on that committee. Many news agencies or organizations have public lists of people who tweet on certain topics. For example, Heritage Action has a few different lists, one for Heritage Action staff, one for members of Congress, and one for Capitol Hill reporters. You can find these lists on the Twitter page of those accounts. Click to see the members, and then you can hit follow on each of the individuals you want to follow. As you see people tweeting on certain hashtags that interest you, it might be helpful to follow them back, as they will be tweeting on issues that you care about. One tip as you're growing your Twitter following is that Twitter etiquette says that if someone follows you, you should follow them back, especially if you know them and/or are tweeting on similar things. Section 3, our top 10 Twitter tips. Now that you know the anatomy of a tweet, here are 10 simple tips to help you craft the perfect tweet to reach your lawmaker. Make sure to have a full profile. Members of Congress and their staff are much more likely to take your concerns seriously on Twitter if you have a profile picture, rather than a default egg image. Showing that you are a real constituent of their district ensures that they know that you are a stakeholder and that your opinion should be listened to. Keep a clear message. This one seems simple, but don't overcomplicate your tweet. Using multiple hashtags and trying to cover multiple issues in one tweet can often get confusing. Keep it simple. The more hashtags you use, the more you'll dilute your message. Use graphics. When it comes to graphics, less is more. Simple visualizations of your message work best. A compelling image, even if it's just a picture of the US Capitol, with a clear call to action, can really help your message stand out. Heritage Action creates many graphics for Sentinels to use. Ask your regional coordinator about how you can get new graphics every week from Heritage Action. Have a clear call to action. Asking your member of Congress to vote yes or no on a bill is very important. If you're hosting an event, make sure to directly ask people to RSVP. Making your ask simple and direct will ensure that it's heard on Twitter. Use hashtags. When using a hashtag, make sure it's easy to understand, short, and connects to some greater cultural moment. This ensures that people will pick up on your hashtag and begin using it, therefore enlarging your circle of influence. Grow your network. Growing your network is key to expanding your voice on Twitter. Follow other Sentinels and activists, your member of Congress, and local community leaders. Engaging with these individuals by replying to their tweets with questions or comments can help spread your message to a larger audience. Tweet at your member of Congress. When you tweet at your member of Congress, make sure to tweet their official account. It can sometimes be confusing with many different accounts on Twitter. One trick is to look for the blue check mark next to it, which will show that the account is a verified account. Ask your member clear and direct questions in order to make sure your message is received by the member and their staff. Pictures and video are king. When it comes to social media, you want to make sure to use pictures and videos to enhance your message. Not only does this make it stand out in people's newsfeed, but it increases people's interest and engagement in your message. Make sure to tweet pictures from local events or meetings that you attend. Having pictures helps people connect to you and your message. Don't be a single issue tweeter. Tweeting about a variety of topics and issues is a great way to stand out and spread your message to new audiences. Not only that, but it'll make your account seem more relatable and knowledgeable. Not only that you tweet about healthcare policy, but also education policy, and even Second Amendment rights. Finally, I want to give you my formula for the perfect tweet. The perfect tweet is pretty simple. One link, one picture, and one hashtag. By making sure you have all these elements in your tweet, you'll get maximum engagement and make sure that your message is heard loud and clear on Twitter. Today, we've gone over the anatomy of a tweet, how to find new people, and how to follow our top 10 tips for a successful tweet. I hope you'll use these tips to promote your conservative ideas and reach out to your member of Congress through Twitter. Thanks for watching, and see you on Twitter.